Macmillan Audio presents White Line Fever by K.C. Jones. Read for you by Kate Hanford. Road Rash. 1. 30 miles. 15 there, 15 back. Just shy of 159,000 feet. Not so bad, when you thought of it that way. And like an Oregon driver in the fast lane, Drew Scott was going to ride the whole distance at 5 below the posted speed limit. His friends would give him plenty of shit, but Drew did not care. Breeze rarely drove at all, so they had no business judging, and Julian's only requirements were that it happened after dark and Drew went alone. The way Drew figured it, shooting the footage from a motorcycle canceled out any perceived trepidation. 2 wheels was a different beast. You were more exposed to the dangers of the road. And the Devil's Driveway was nothing if not a mean stretch of pavement. You didn't have to believe the ghost stories, but the numbers did not lie. A lot of commutes and Sunday drives had been cut tragically short out here, and Drew had no desire to become another statistic just for the sake of Julian and Breeze's channel. "All right, man. I think we're good to go," Julian announced, once Breeze had set up and stabilized the iPhone gimbal. "You ready?"
They were parked at what, in passing, would appear to be nothing more than a turnout off the highway.
But as they pulled in, the darkness had receded to reveal an unlit, largely unmarked junction with a pair of narrow lanes, maps identified only as County Road 951. You had to zoom way in before the words Old Wending Hollow Highway emerged from the little white line tracing the road's path through the hills, as if the modern world were trying to forget it was there at all. Julian's dad had called it the Devil's Driveway when telling the story that had pulled the 3 of them out here on an otherwise stagnant Saturday night. Of the road's aliases, that last one certainly had the best hook for a ghost hunting channel. The county sheriff's department coined it back when the road was still open. A wider, nicer extension was eventually built to route cars around the hills rather than through, in an effort to reduce traffic and wrecks on the driveway.
CR 951 had remained open during the summer months, relegated to a low-speed scenic bypass up until a few years ago.
It was currently closed to vehicular traffic altogether. That its prime was well behind it had not dissuaded Julian and Breeze, ever in need of fresh content to feed their growing number of followers. A quick Google search revealed that the Devil's Driveway had somehow remained off the radar of paranormal adventurers, despite its history. Julian had lit up at the prospect of mining an untouched vein. "Drew?" Breeze said from the operator side of the camera rig. "Yeah. Sorry. I'm good." Julian waggled his eyebrows. "Not too late to change your mind about this." Drew scoffed. He tugged at his gloves and readjusted his helmet for the 3rd time. Julian directed Breeze to pan the camera toward him. Drew returned a middle finger. "Come on, give us a smile at least. It might be your last." "That's bleak," Breeze said. "That is called levity. Bleak is 15 people burning to death in a tunnel," Julian said, stabbing his index finger toward the darkness at the edge of his van's headlights. All 3 of them looked down the road. This particular story was the top search result for Devil's Driveway. The road was closed indefinitely after a fuel truck accident in a tunnel, a stretch already infamous enough to have been dubbed the Nightmare Mile by emergency responders, left 15 people dead and the structure terminally compromised. The comments were full of locals lobbying.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?